Hey everyone, welcome back to Chat and Chat. My name is Josh.
And I'm Jose.
And we're watching Brahmāstra Part 1, but this is our Part 3 of the reaction of Part 1. And yeah, so if you're wondering where the heck is Part 1 and 2 and how can I watch that super easy, well, we couldn't make it easier. We put the link of the playlist in the description of the video, so you can click on that. It'll be super easy. Watch all those. Join us back here for Part 3, unless you're one to skip to the end of the book and find out what our review is before even going to Part 1. Sure, why not? Hang out at the end of this video and you're going to get our review, our reaction of the entire movie, as well as our rating. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing, sharing, a like button par thapad maro.
आग ने मेरी माँ को मुझसे छीन लिया सर। आप कहते हो कि मैं अग्नि अस्त्र हूँ। क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि मेरी अग्नि ने मेरी माँ की जान ले ली?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's what I would be worried about if I control fire.
इसलिए तुम्हें नफरत है आग से। नहीं सर, डरता हूँ। बहुत डरता हूँ इस आग से और इसलिए भाग रहा हूँ इससे।
Oh, it's kind of like running from himself because he is the fire.
Yeah, but how crazy would it be to be like the Igniastra, but also have pyrophobia? Like that. Oof. That is a burden. So he has to choose every time he uses his powers to face that fear.
मेरी जिंदगी खूबसूरत रही, लेकिन अकेली रही। उसके पहले मैं अधूरा था, अब पूरा हूँ मैं।
Fireworks of love.
ये शक्ति माँ की तरह कहीं ईशा को न जला दे।
All right.
It kind of already did burn her.
Yep. Showed that she was not invulnerable.
प्यार तुम्हें आग से जोड़ता है, आग से तुम डरते हो। अपने डर को भी प्यार दो।
Love your fear. Wow.
शिवा, मैं नहीं जानता तुम्हारी माँ के साथ क्या हुआ, लेकिन मैं ये जानता हूँ कि प्यार की आग भस्म कर ही नहीं सकती, क्योंकि प्यार
से खूबसूरत कुछ भी नहीं है इस दुनिया में।
And that's why he's the guru. And he could also be a therapist too.
Well, it tied together love and fire being connected so well, because again, all of the descriptions applied to both.
I mean, it would be a really cool power to have. And since he is the Astra, he doesn't have to worry about something being taken from him.
I mean,
and it's just on him permanently.
Yeah. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's intrinsic, like it's in him. Now, would that be something that the other the Brahmāstra could potentially also achieve, having offspring that?
Maybe it just takes two Brahmāstra to have a baby, and then they make their own Astra.
It just seems like a progression, especially for the centuries that have passed, that like there would be some sort of like, oh, hey, we figured out that if you do something, like, I don't know, they'd have their own evolution as well.
He's growing fast.
Yeah.
He's getting that control.
चिंगारी के बिना आग नहीं बन रही सर।
सही वक्त को आने में भी वक्त लगता है।
But he always needs a source flame?
Yeah.
वो वक्त कब आएगा सर? जब आप मुझे मेरी माँ बाप की कहानी सुना दोगे। जिंदगी भर ये सवाल लेके चलाऊं सर।
It's almost like Green Lantern at this point.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What the heck? Oh, whoa.
Literally drawn to the flame. Wasn't that...
That was one of their scouts.
Yeah.
They're using them as scouting because it's too much land to cover.
No, absolutely. But like, wouldn't they recognize them because he was one of their crew?
I think so.
अग्नि अस्त्र?
मायास्त्र, जो सिर्फ अपने उस्ताद के खून से अपने असली रूप में आता है।
इस कहानी की शुरुआत करते हैं सारे अस्त्रों के देवता से।
तो क्या ये
ब्रह्मास्त्र का हिस्सा? तुम सब तो जानते हो कि ब्रह्मास्त्र के 3 हिस्से हैं, लेकिन लगभग 30 वर्ष पहले तब ब्रह्मास्त्र टुकड़ों में नहीं था, वो पूरा था।
Seems dangerous.
वहाँ मेरे साथ था वो।
Oh, that's the guy with the Trishul.
Too much ambition. Well, did he go there to break it?
Oh, dude, his daddy. Remember on the boat? It's Amrita and Dave?
Yeah.
I think that's his dad. His dad's the villain.
Oh, dang, you're right. What a Good callback.
वो एक
Oh,
नहीं,
he got
कई
too big
अस्त्रों
for
का
his
वजदाद
britches.
हुआ, लेकिन वो बादशाह बना अग्नि अस्त्र का।
Whoa.
लोग प्यार से उसे अग्निदेव कहने लगे, लेकिन अंत में उसे बनना था ब्रह्मदेव।
Too big.
उसे चाहिए था ब्रह्मास्त्र।
ब्रह्मास्त्र को शांत रखना हमारा कर्तव्य था, और देव ने ब्रह्मांड का ये बहुत बड़ा नियम तोड़ा। उसने मुख्य सदस्यों को हराया, ब्रह्मास्त्र छीना, और फिर इस युग में पहली बार ब्रह्मास्त्र जाग उठा।
Oh, he actually wielded it.
देव ब्रह्मास्त्र के लिए पूरी दुनिया की बलि देने को तैयार था।
Dude's crazy.
सर, देव जीत गया।
But
No, you're living, so.
लड़ाई अभी शुरू कहाँ हुई थी? इस
why
कहानी
would
में
you ask me that?
एक खिलाड़ी और है, हमारा हुक्म का एक, जिसने देव के साथ ब्रह्मास्त्र की आखिरी लड़ाई लड़ी और ब्रह्मास्त्र को 3 हिस्सों में तोड़कर देव की आग का विनाश कर दिया।
कौन था ये खिलाड़ी?
थी
Was it his mother?
The water.
Probably cool.
मैंने आपके बोर्ड पे ये नाम पढ़ा है।
मेरी नहीं, अमृता की नाम, जो इस लड़ाई की आखिरी निशानी है।
Whoa.
ब्रह्मास्त्र की आखिरी लड़ाई में वो तीसरा हिस्सा खो गया।
मतलब ब्रह्मास्त्र अधूरा है।
Oh boy.
देव और अमृता को क्या हुआ?
जिस द्वीप पे वो लड़ाई
It
हुई,
wasn't a baby they had.
समुद्र उस द्वीप को निकल गया, और उन दोनों को भी।
सर, आप मुझे मेरे माँ बाप के बारे में बताने वाले थे, लेकिन ये कहानी देव और अमृता की लड़ाई की है।
Dude, put it together, man.
Read the room.
Do some math.
I mean, it'd be worth
इस लड़ाई से पहले देव और अमृता
double
का क्या
check and be
रिश्ता?
like, so am I getting this right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like fire and water, right? Like there's a connection there, like some.
Before the fight.
देव अपने जुनून के लिए लड़ा, अमृता अपने कर्तव्य के लिए लड़ी। लेकिन जब तक ये सब कुछ हुआ, अमृता मां बनने वाली थी। 30 साल बीत गए, फिर अचानक तुम आ गए, और तुम्हारी आग में मैंने देव की अग्नि देखी, और तुम में देव की परछाई।
Huh.
क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि उस लड़ाई में अमृता बच गई, और अमृता की बच्चे ने जन्म भी लिया, और वो बच्चा मैं हूँ?
So, what? I wonder if he'd have power of water too.
That's what I was thinking too.
सर, आपके पास इस बात का कोई सबूत नहीं।
सब कुछ जुड़ा हुआ है शिवा, सब कुछ।
Of course, the socialite love interest isn't there to hear that he was part of his royalty.
But this fire is a very different fire.
Yeah.
देव, अमृता, देव की अग्नि, मेरी आग, अग्नि अस्त्र।
It's a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm.
लेकिन अंत में उसे बनना था ब्रह्मदेव।
कौन?
What?
Sounds like an army. Oh. Are those the villagers?
हमारी सेना में तुम सबका स्वागत है। अब तुम किसान नहीं, एक बहुत बड़े मकसद के सैनिक हो तुम।
You've been
Yeah.
conscripted.
Yeah. Given very specific instructions.
कोई बहुत बड़ी शक्ति है इस मणि में, इस सब के पीछे।
Oh, his is now recharged?
Do not put that on.
I know, right? Like, what's that gonna do?
Oh, it's like the ring.
Right? What is it
Oh,
gonna
it is
connect
kind of
and
like
say?
the ring. Hey, beta.
Is it?
कैसे हो?
Oh, interesting. Dad?
Maybe narrowing in on him like the Eye of Solomon.
Yeah,
What?
so, yeah.
Oh no. If he
Uh-oh,
brings her straight to them. bro! Dude, there's gotta be one person in the party that does that. Like, hey, what if I just do this with
Oh
some
my
random magical
gosh.
item?
Some things happen. Nobody. Okay, from now on, someone needs to keep an eye on this dude at all times.
But she's also like, screw the 7 days, he's right there. Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Gotta see
Let's see, dude. Oh,
Uncle
cool.
work it.
Well, I guess those villagers are just screwed.
हमें ये घर छोड़ना पड़ेगा। मैं कुछ इंतजाम करता हूँ। मुझसे गलती हो गई। मैं यहाँ सोचता रहूँगा।
Dude, get the helicopter and start raining fire down on them from the sky. That'd be awesome. Turn into the real dragon, like he said.
Or somehow combine like the helicopter with the phoenix thing. don't know if that's more like a plane thing, but oh, here you are. You've been, I see, busy.
Hey, he's like, I found out you're my on switch.
तुम्हें तो चोट लगी थी ना?
डॉक्टर रानी ने ठीक कर दिया, वरना रात को झप्पियों में दिक्कत आ जाती।
Oh, they got the healer.
Hey, there you go.
मेरी दोस्त अमृता ने देव को रोकने के लिए जब ब्रह्मास्त्र को तोड़ा था, तब से हमें लगता है कि तीसरा हिस्सा खो गया।
तो आपको लगता है कि तीसरा हिस्सा खोया नहीं, बच गया?
और वो हिस्सा अमृता के पास रह गया।
Is it
In there?
सिर्फ
It's
शंख
that?
नहीं है ना गुरुजी?
he needs to put his blood on
जो
it?
सिर्फ अपने उस्ताद के खून से अपने असली रूप में आता है।
Oh, I love that they set that up earlier.
शिवा और अमृता का खून एक है तो शिवा भी इस अस्त्र का
Oh,
उस्ताद
blood
होगा।
locks. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, man.
Wait, but having the final two pieces so close to each other doesn't seem safe.
ब्रह्मास्त्र का तीसरा हिस्सा और मेरा सबूत कि तुम अमृता के बेटे हो।
ब्रह्मास्त्र की आखिरी लड़ाई में सिर्फ मेरी माँ नहीं, देव भी बच निकला।
क्या?
और आज भी जो ब्रह्मास्त्र को हासिल करना चाहता है, वो देव है।
Dude, got some major daddy issues now.
Yeah.
More than before.
शुरुआत से जिस रूप में अपने सपनों में महसूस करता आया हूँ, वो देव है।
Oh, man.
पूरी तरह से
Putting it all together.
Yeah, but like finding out all of that about your family, like, dude. Their expressions, man. They're all just like, oh, man.
एकदम कंफ्यूज हो गए।
Yeah, it seemed like it.
उसने जुनून को ढूंढा कैसे?
You called
ये
it.
सारी सेना
Drop
कैसे
the
बनी?
bomb.
Oh, man. That's a lot to take in.
मैं प्रार्थना करूंगी कि सारे अस्त्र सुरक्षित रहेंगे।
I like that they're already setting up the young Avengers.
Basically, yeah.
with the guy with the bow. And
Yeah,
all
the
that.
younger generation. Well, it's great because they're expressing like the older generation with
रानी
these
कह रही थी कि तुम
the
आजकल
characters that
काफी
were just on
hi-fi
screen
पटाखे
and the younger ones, and then them in the middle.
लेकिन उसके लिए तुम्हें
So
कुछ ऑन होना पड़ता है।
Yeah.
just loading up the car with
Did that work?
artifacts. Yeah.
No, it's got to be it's a much bigger switch than that.
Bro, situational awareness, and they brought guns.
Isha!
Oh, what? Dude, he's glitching out.
Oh, the pixel stretching is an interesting.
Yeah, it's like, wait, it made me think for a second that, is this a bad connection? We are streaming.
No, that was too well tied to the
Yeah, right.
audio cues.
Dude, is he just like laying on the ground for all this?
They got knocked.
This isn't even
They
a
got-
fight.
They got raided. She has a third piece.
They should have just killed him, honestly.
जिस घाट में हम सब बंधे हैं शिवा, उसमें बहुत ताकत है। इस घाट को सिर्फ तुम्हारी शक्ति तोड़ सकती है। लेकिन ध्यान रखना शिवा, अगर वो तीनों हिस्से जुड़ गए, तो इस दुनिया के टुकड़े-टुकड़े हो जाएंगे।
That's all. No pressure.
मुझ पर भरोसा
World
रखो,
ending,
मुकर्जी।
that's
वो
it.
जुनून जानती नहीं कि आपके पास एक नया अस्त्र आया है।
जो शिवा, आग लगा दे।
Oh, and she's gonna be like, so she's holding the lighter, and she's gonna give him that spark, so that
Literally.
it'll look like it's coming from himself, but she'll be.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's why I gave it to her.
Wow, that's like really precise.
देव से बात करना चाहता हूँ।
ब्रह्मदेव, उनका नाम इज्जत से लो।
Catch.
What's his play?
They're like, okay, we'll just wait for it to.
Okay, so you're right
Oh,
about that.
Get him to look up while you throw him.
Oh, okay.
Man, it's
Oh
gonna
man,
smell
that training's really coming into. Oh, I love that. That was cool.
Dude, that was a sweet effect.
Yeah,
And it was so fluid too.
that
Like,
was really neat. Oh, he melted it.
dude, you're totally right. He controls the temperature. It's so hot that they melt.
Oh
That's
man,
cool.
that's cool.
I thought I was gonna be like, as it was, and I'm like, how do you block bullets with fire?
Yeah.
That's how.
देव उनकी रक्षा कर रहे हैं।
और मैं तुम्हारी दरमत।
I want-
I heard about this actually, that they actually rigged like this fire like as a character so that they could control it like this.
Oh wow, that's
so
fantastic.
it's not just like a fluid effect, it's actually a rigged.
That's really cool.
Oh, is she gonna summon Dave?
It's gonna be an Avatar and Avatar battle. Some other power. Okay. Wait, is it?
Oh, because he has multiple astras, right? That's the.
Yeah, but is it his mother's?
Oh no, they're gonna try to kill the flame because he took her astra from her. That's why she died, because she couldn't protect herself from the fire. Otherwise, she would use her rain power, but he took that from her when he killed her. Or when they killed her.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a losing battle. Sorry. Like, we played Pokemon
I was
as
about
a kid.
to say the same thing.
Dude, seriously.
Oh man. All right, so how do you deal with that?
Well,
Oof.
you don't.
Oh man.
अब खेल खत्म.
Why?
Are they dueling?
Dude.
Oh.
What? Where'd this come?
Oh.
Oh, the kids came to play.
That's cool. We get to see all them like in action instead of just like seeing them practice.
Yeah, I was wondering what the little wispy thing was.
Oh,
Like, what the
that's
heck?
cool to see. I love this take on the force field. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
ब्रह्मास्त्र का हिस्सा लो और मार दो इसे.
Really, I mean, you could take her out if you just take the pendants off, right?
I mean, just is a very strong word.
Sure. That's like, well, you could defeat
Can't you
Thanos if
just-
you could just take his
Yeah,
glove off.
yeah. Oh man. Oh, punching through that. He's the juggernaut. Like he has an unstoppable kind of power.
Dude, I want to see this guy like beat some guns.
Right? Oh, that's so cool. He's definitely the character in the bunch that like hit the level cap.
Right. Okay, now you don't have to kill him.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, those are such fun effects. I'm telling you, that guy is like powers being stacked are super OP. He's a good end fight boss.
Right.
End boss fight, yeah. But her, I'm trying to figure out what she's contributing yet so far.
She's the switch.
I get that, but like, how is she still like?
They should have given her an Astra, honestly.
Something that kept her alive at least. That's just like, you get to...
Well, she has the ability to yell Shiva. And now he can create his own flame. But that's what, we need a Shiva counter. How many times she screamed Shiva?
Yeah.
In the car chase alone, it was like 20 times.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay. But I'm still thinking like, how is her survivability happening? But, oh, that's cool! Okay, that's new.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
That's Farmer Joe. That's the guy from the general store. Oh man, that's the guy by the potatoes from.
My cabbages!
My cabbages.
So,
yeah, we're the villagers.
dude, he's like strategically taking their pendants off.
Oh,
and
you're
them.
right.
That's what
you're
he's doing. He's
right.
not killing them.
Oh,
Like,
you know
if
what?
you notice, he was taking all their
I
pendants off.
didn't until you called that out. That was that's absolutely accurate.
Don't put it together.
Okay, well.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be one of the flames, like flying.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Like flame on.
Yeah.
Oh, he's creating like flame.
Oh, like avatars of himself or like elementals.
Yeah. Oh,
That's cool.
sweet. He can create his own army.
That is a really, really cool.
पधारो ब्रह्मदेव.
Oh, these are angry fires.
बुझे हुए अपनी अस्त्र को जलाओ प्रभुदेव।
Crap, did he just make an elemental army for the enemy?
याद रखना, रोशनी के वीर अग्नि का सिर्फ एक देव है, ब्रह्मदेव।
Let's see if you're right. Or like when the big bad comes up, like she's the first one to go. Oh.
अगर तुमने कुछ भी किया तो मैं ब्रह्मास्त्र को खाई में फेंक दूंगी।
Oh
I
boy.
mean, she kind of seems like she could probably fly down and get it.
टेंसु, तू जा।
Is she just gonna be the wielder of this? Oh, jeez.
This guy's just getting his clock rocked, man.
Well, I mean, he's got fire powers, but not super strength, or
True.
You know.
How are you gonna hold that bluff?
Oof. What? Oh, the third one of the sneaky bits was him. Nice reversal.
Oh, so he getting her. Okay, well,
Well, he's doing his telekinesis thing to move them. But to do what? Oh! Oh, wait a minute.
maybe he's a good guy without the pendant.
It's possible.
Nope.
No, but it did remove some of his power from the something. I don't know. Either
Oh,
way,
he-
he has like a.
Burnt him to liquid.
But he had a. It was a trident, which was typically water. Oh, oops! Let her go.
Well, here, like Shiva's always depicted with a trident, like a trishul.
Ah,
It's like part of his symbol. But also,
True.
we saw Dave had one downstairs too.
True.
Downstairs in the cave.
in the cave, yeah. So, Tenzu just dropped her. That was the end move. No, she's got to be coming back.
Throw her off the.
Oh.
What? What kind of monster are you? He's just like 5 years old. Dude, that was dark as
That was
hell.
pretty dark,
Out of
yeah.
everyone that could have died, killing the kid
Oh, man.
is a choice. Someone stabbed this lady. So they're all.
I'm trying to see what effect that has on her.
So it takes all of the powers from all of the astras and puts them into one?
Or does it power all the astros? And can. Oh, she's not able
Powerful
to,
enough?
to like contain the power?
It's like Iron Man doing the
Oh, yeah.
Infinity Stones. He couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Kill him. I mean, he did enough.
I don't even think that was her wielding it. I think this is still just it coming together, and it was still too much power for her to be nearby.
Blow everyone up.
Yeah, but oh boy.
Oh.
This escalated quickly.
World scale. Dude. Roshni mein.
अंत की शुरुआत हो रही है।
What's your plan?
Dude, I don't know. I'm still hoping that she has some sort of ability. Oh, do not leave him. Dude, I know you can jump. Uncle, jump.
शिवा,
I actually really like this whole like desaturated sort of color grading they have here. Because it's like that light he keeps talking about because everything is like so beautiful in this golden hour, but it's destroying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
लाइट आ रही है शिवा।
शुरुआत से लाइट तुम ही हो ईशा।
What?
मरने के बाद उस पार ढूंढ लेना मुझे।
हम नहीं मरने वाले ईशा।
She has the most irresponsible dadu ever.
I love you ईशा।
Oh man. Oh man.
Whoa! Next level power up. That's the perfect time to level up.
Yeah.
It's like That is such a cool visual.
Can he break it again? Oh, that's cool. It's that hand. That was neat.
Just gotta poke it.
What a crazy cool visual. Those aerial shots.
Yeah. And I love these like multiple arms coming out.
और फिर मैंने अपनी जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा चमत्कार देखा। ब्रह्मास्त्र शिवा की आग से काबू में आने लगा।
Oh, cool.
That. Oh, I love that visual.
Oh,
I
that's
was, like,
fantastic.
Pulling back in.
Oh, that was pretty
शिवा
cool.
ईशा के लिए अपनी जान देने को तैयार था और उस कर्म से उसने प्यार का सबसे बड़ा रूप दिखाया।
The सबसे बड़ा switch. The biggest switch.
उस कुर्बानी से शिवा ने अपने अंदर से आग पैदा की, प्यार की आग। उस रात मुझे समझ में आया कि प्यार से बड़ा कोई ब्रह्मास्त्र नहीं है इस दुनिया में।
Dude, where do you go from this and the next part? You literally have the ultimate power in your hands now.
Yeah.
उस रात हमने एक रोशनी के वीर को जन्म लेते हुए देखा।
He just handed that thing right over. I feel like.
हमने ये लड़ाई जीत ली थी।
Are we still forgetting that the kid died? Like, people looked way too happy for a little kid dying.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna go check. See if he's down there. And then also like the other.
Oh, it's not
अभी बाकी
I
है।
don't know. Yeah, see? Shouldn't have handed that over.
What? Wait.
Right, okay, so
Is
it's
it
going
a-
back to when that happened. What? Okay, we got a glimpse of that when that happened, but what did that mean? Was he actually awakened?
Maybe it was like a prison of his that something happened. Daddy's awake.
Was that his own power that was represented there? Oh, he has his own astras. Ah, I see.
Dave.
All right.
So I'm assuming they haven't casted him yet, like
They haven't
as
shown
far as
anything,
this,
yeah.
because they didn't show his face, so it could be anyone.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, what that who that casting's gonna be.
That's fascinating. Yeah. There's so many cool like just concepts visualized all the way through. I really enjoyed that more than anything else. I think the thing that I really liked is as flashy as a lot of the things were, a lot of it started getting put into more and more context as the film went on. So like we would see that, oh, the red fire means this, and you know they would show us over the course of the movie things that are associated with what in a really successful way. Later it just told the story and we picked up on it. And like we were like, oh, okay, that's what they mean, or that's what this side means, or what the case might be. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Hats off to everybody who worked on that.
For
That was
sure.
pretty
Oh
cool.
my gosh, the visual effects that there would it's been so fun to work on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there was some really cool things, and that this is the type of effect that sometimes like you get to develop something for. You know, so one thing that I got to help do is, you know, every Star Trek kind of has its own visualization of the beam, like the teleporter beam,
Yeah.
the transporter beam, whatever they call it, you know, and so every series does.
Yeah.
And so when we worked on the new, what's the newest one?
Discovery?
In like not Discovery, the one after that. That's a spin-off of Discovery.
Great. I've worked on like 4 Star Trek titles, and I'm like,
You're
oh, I
right.
remember.
So it's the one after Discovery. But anyway, so we were doing that, and then I was part of the team, like helping to figure out what that teleportation looks like, with how they're
cool.
going to do it. So we did kind of like we did research on how it all looked. But the fun thing is that when you get something that is kind of like, hey, make this look cool, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, have some creative license with it.
Absolutely.
You know, and so this is the type of show that, like, if you worked on this type of work, like sometimes it's like, hey, I had an idea of like what this could look like, and being part of that team to develop the look.
Absolutely. And then obviously with that much visual effects it was definitely key to plan ahead of time, or almost the choreography of the actors, so that they knew where to look and how to react to things, so that the visual effects was going to be landing in the right place in the right way.
Yeah.
So I saw that there was a lot of practical lighting as well that was integrated. There was definitely a lot more like particle effects than I think the practical lighting could keep up with.
Yeah.
So not everything had its cast light represented, but again, bringing in a lot of the practical lighting for the environment so that it cast on the characters, it really just grounded it within all of the effects in a way that, like I said, as someone who would be working on the scene, I'd be like, okay, again, visual effects is definitely a matter of deadline and budget to allow what depth of details are achievable.
At the time, this was one of the most expensive movies made.
Yeah.
I mean, but now movies have blown past this. This was back in 22. But at the time when this was made, this was like one of the more expensive ones. But to go into what you said, like using practical lighting is great if you stick to the plan. But there's sometimes, as you know, like I'm sure you've either had a shot or you've been there and then where they lock themselves into practical lighting and then they actually go a different direction. Like, oh, I actually want the light to be like this or like that.
Yeah.
And then you get into the difficult thing of like either relighting or something like that. A couple of the times I'm surprised that they didn't in post fix because his fire was like more of a magenta. And a couple of the times that the effects did stand out to me as not being totally connected is his fire had more of this magenta glow that you had pointed out.
Sure.
But when he's running through the forest, the glow from his fire was just a normal fire red.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the practical lighting that they were doing, like following him and all that sort of stuff, maybe at the time they didn't think that it was going to be differentiated. Maybe while they were working on this in post, they're like, you know what? We need to make his fire different than his dad's fire.
Yeah.
So we'll add a magenta tinge. But then when they were filming, maybe they were just like, oh no, fire is fire.
Sure, it's possible. And again, that's again without a behind the scenes, we can only speculate as to the creative decision making. But definitely something that I don't think took away from anything at this point. It's definitely not a complaint of any kind of sense. It was more of just the observations, because fire had such a prominent part of the whole film that it really took place in a lot of shots. So that was definitely quite a lot to simulate. And again, I love the creative ways that they're really used, not just with the abilities, but some of the forms and shapes that they had things take. It really felt like there was either, I don't know, especially taking the emission shapes. Maybe like Houdini being used and stuff like that, or as a software. It felt like something that would be definitely geared towards. But no, all in all, I think that was absolutely fantastic, and it was a very fun sort of romp, in the sense that, again, it didn't over-explain a lot of things, and it really did let the show. It had more show than tell, which was really good. Again, there was a couple times where even for this length of runtime, you do need a little bit of exposition and be like, okay, lore dump, like you said.
Lore dump, here we go, about the parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that kind of like went through. But then, of course, like he's just learning that, and we get that from the gurus, so it makes sense how they did it. It didn't feel like, hey, we found this book, let's read this book, and then it's like, da-da-da-da-da, and then like you got the whole story from a book.
Exactly. And you're right. I think at the end, it did a successful job of setting up, again, where do they go from here? So, no, that was absolutely a really fun time. And again, just something that when the next one comes out, I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes.
Yeah, I haven't heard any news on any production timeline for this yet. I don't think they've, I mean, I'm pretty good at like seeing this sort of stuff when it comes up, but yeah, I haven't heard anything, so it'll be interesting to look at, because it's been 4 years.
Oh, interesting.
So,
okay. Yeah.
I mean, but Ranbir Kapoor, if anything, like this would have been his next big project, but it's not. Like the Ramayana is coming out, right?
Yeah, I mean, that is literally an epic-sized project, so I can imagine that would take up a schedule or two.
Yeah, and then he also has another big series too that was he was in recently, which was Animal, and
Okay.
it was a long runtime. But the thing is that his character there and the director, it was this kind of like really like push. It's interesting. You either really hate the movie or you like the movie.
Interesting,
And so
okay.
there's like no in the middle. And so they're making a sequel called Animal Park, which I believe they are filming that now.
right.
So Ranbir Kapoor is in that as well. So, you know, but I would think that they'd want to get back to this project, especially if it has such a memory for them, right? This is where they fell in love and they got married after this movie, right?
Yeah.
Alia Bhatt and Ranbir Kapoor.
That's
and so
pretty
it'd be
wild,
like, dude,
yeah.
let's get back to this project ASAP so that we can be in a movie together again. I don't know.
maybe. It'd be great to follow the news on that.
There were times, sometimes you have to weigh, like, is it acting or is it writing? When sometimes it like feels super cringe, because the delivery of the dialogue could turn something that might not be cringy into something that is just like, ugh, okay.
Yeah.
Or it could be the writing where it's like, dude, this is what you gave me to work with, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Because a couple of the times, like with her character, it just seemed like a little bit too much, like screaming like, help, help, like Shiva, 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 like 100 times. And it's like when she was like getting pulled out of the car.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, it didn't really like take me out too much until it was like maybe the 20th time or something she said it. But in the beginning it was like, okay, this is like, okay. And then, you know, then it was just like, oh man, this dialogue is just like, Shiva!
Yeah.
And they use that a lot, like when she's like, needed to give him some power boost.
Sure.
Then it's just like screaming Shiva from over there and then all of a sudden
You know,
powers up.
it kind of reminded me of like Lois Lane screaming for Superman kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing where like I wanted to see her have a greater part, and I think they kept alluding to that. And it's not so much that I was
felt that way.
rooting for that for the character, just out of nowhere. I kept on feeling that the story elements were kind of building towards that at some
Like
point.
she believed him incredibly quick. She met this dude in one night, and by the end of the night, she learned about all of this stuff about him, right? And not all of it, but like that he's from the orphan and all this sort of stuff, right? I guess it was the very next day, because he left and then he never came back. So she went, he tracked her down, but the thing is that literally she only knew him for a night and then believed this whole thing about the astras and all that stuff.
So let me just give you, which one's better, all right? Would it be better that, she knew something or had some sort of power the way we kept anticipating, right? Or that she was just down to ride, beginning to
Ride or
end.
die. Like she is like, oh my God, I'm convinced.
She was like, I'm in. And then like, you know what? She was in all the way to the very end of the story.
She totally was. She's like, we're about to die right now, dude. Like by that time, maybe a week has gone by.
my
She's like,
gosh.
let's die together. But the thing is, like, no, literally,
Yeah,
she
I
was ride
know.
or die. Like she was there to the very end.
Exactly.
I
so-
wanted some like maybe background flashback of like her, maybe like either if it's like her, I don't know, like some sort of thing about how her life in London is so boring. She would believe anything for an adventure.
At this point, yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
it's like, oh, hey, our midterms are due. You got to be back in like the next 24 hours. You're going to miss midterms. And she's like, oh, God, that sucks. Like, I
Yeah.
would rather be in a magical world than deal with like exams.
Yeah, or just tell me that they're disassociating somewhere like under a bridge having a great time. You know what I mean? I don't know. But no, I think that was a really good point.
Yeah, but you were right about them making it almost seem like, because she's like, oh, are you talking about this? And it almost seemed like she knew way more, and she was like so willing to like, hey, we're doing that. I don't know. I was with you. Like I thought she was gonna either have powers or she was gonna be a lineage. Maybe she was gonna, I don't know.
I thought she was going to either be, she was going to have powers of her own.
Yeah.
She was going to be, like you mentioned, a double agent
yeah.
of some sort.
That would have been a twist.
Yeah. Or at the very least, like she was going to be a wielder of some new introduced ability or power that gets introduced.
Like the Brahmāstra.
Yeah.
If she would have been, because I thought when she was there, because it was kind of cornering her, and she was kind of stepping up towards it, I thought she was going to grab onto it and it was going to like merge with her or something. Because that's what it looked like they were setting up.
So was there anything that was implied by the fact, and again, I made the joke during the scene, but where I'm just like, yeah, just go ahead and hand it over. But think about that. She was able to actually hold it, whereas the villain was incapable of containing its power or being around it. So was it because it was after it was contained? You know what I mean? That
I
she
think
was able
because
to,
he got control over it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a thing being unleashed, but then being without a master.
Sure.
But then as soon as it had a new master that could
Direct
it,
Yeah.
and make it docile, then it doesn't blow someone up for touching
So
it.
then at that point, philosophically, one would ask if that is still the supreme astra, if that's the, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, now it's. But if you have the ultimate weapon, how is like this Dave in part 2 going to be able to come and, you know? But they also called it the Astraverse, so I don't think it's just 2 parts. So I was like a little curious, like, are they going to go directly and finish this storyline up, or are they going to introduce like? Because what I was thinking is that they'd go to another country and then introduce another hero with another astra and some other part, and then have it come together where Dave is like the I don't want to keep referring to this, but like Thanos, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like a big bad.
Yeah, collecting
and trying to collect them almost like the stones, but then, you know, in the end, you have to have this big team up. But if they end this like before, I don't know if this is the way you built. Maybe they're now thinking that they're not going to continue it, because if I haven't heard anything about it and it's been 4 years, maybe they're not going to continue it.
It's possible. Yeah, I guess
that'd be unfortunate, because I think they have something here, at least visually.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Yeah. No,
all right. So, talking about thoughts, opinions, like everything combined, whether it's story, visual effects, special effects, acting, writing, direction, all that stuff, when you have to sum it all up, what are you going to rate it?
Oh, man.
Out of 10.
Out of 10, I would give this a 7.5.
That is pretty solid rating. I'm going to have to say I'm going to be right there with you, because I mean, some of the dialogue could have definitely been better. If I had one thing about this that I was like, hey, man, just spend a little bit longer on, it'd be the dialogue. No, maybe with the subtitles, it didn't seem like, because when you're reading, like it's more like, when you're reading subtitles, it's more the gist of kind of what they're saying, not an actual translation one-to-one.
Yeah.
But when I'm listening to like what they're saying, like, in Hindi, it's just kind of like, oh man, I don't know, like this seems pretty like just too cut and dry.
Oh, interesting.
Like it felt a little too like, oh, I'm so in love with you. Yeah, I'm in love with you too. Okay, let's go like die together. Like I don't know, like it was just like so just like.
Did it lose something in translation? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I think the subtitles, like reading them, because you put your own like kind of thing into the subtitles, right?
Yeah.
I think the subtitles make the dialogue better.
Okay. Interesting.
Than what I heard.
Oh, I
like,
see. Oh man.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
The other way around.
No,
okay.
The dialogue. I think the subtitles were like.
Oh,
I mean, because it didn't translate it one-to-one, it kind of like inferred. Now, sometimes subtitles have to do that when. They're talking about Mr. India, which a lot of people wouldn't know, and the Invisible Man, but then he had the invisible power, so it like kind of played into it.
Yeah.
But I think it's like one of those where you'd watch a movie of like a B movie here, like in like that Hollywood make, like of some B movie and stuff. You know how the dialogue is there. Versus then just reading the dialogue and subtitles, it'd be a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I think like if I was going to give this a higher rating, it'd be that, because the visual effects were like pretty much knocked out of the park. I mean, of course, some of the practical lighting didn't match up for me in a couple of the effects that I don't, shouldn't have been that hard, like to just like colorize that in post.
Sure.
But they didn't, so I think that was a little bit, but all in all, I would say that they did an amazing job. I'd give it like visual effects like 9.5 out of 10 or something.
Likewise.
And so visual effects were great, and I like the idea, the creativeness behind this was really good. So I think they have something really strong here. Just moving forward, like maybe if they could up the dialogue.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think where the dialogue, again, having a similar sort of a note for me is that the story, especially one of this length and one of this in-your-face sort of visual effects, because we typically have two different kinds, the ones that are meant to be noticed and the invisible visual effects. That, again, I think they did a great job. There was nothing that stood out to me that I'm sure there was equipment, rigs, all sorts of
wire
things.
Work, tons of wire work.
Set extensions and things of that nature. So Every now and then, driving comps and things like that are, I always look at them because we deal with them so often.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of those things that were of that nature, I think were really well executed, the invisible. So having so much of the in your face noticeable visual effects, definitely there was, the film utilized having these ups and downs on the action and so you're not just constantly overstimulated.
Right,
It had these lulls where it was a little bit slower, however, which I think were definitely needed, but I think some of those lulls were maybe a little longer and it slowed the pace a little bit every
so
now
the
and then.
pacing you're talking, okay, I get
So like
yeah.
there was a momentum that even with the slowing down, it was setting a good rhythm. And then
Yeah.
every now and then there would be a lull that would just take a little too long. So because of the up and down and the action and the calmness that it kind of started off with, especially again for this length of film, you start anticipating a pattern. And so every now and then I was like, okay, and then it's gonna pick up. And then it's gonna pick up, and then it took like an extra beat or two of calmness. So I think that was just something that I picked up in not feeling that anything went on too long, but it was, again, there was a rhythm to it, and then suddenly the rhythm was it subverted that expectation.
So I think to point towards a scene that I think you might be talking about, because I feel that now that you're pointing it out, is like, for example, when we were bird's eye view down looking at the village and she was like recruiting all of the village people with the pendants and she looked over and she saw him, I thought we were gonna have like a big fight. You know, because I was like, oh, here's like gonna be a cool action part. But then they just kind of like ran away, and then it was like a lull, and then it was just like a lot of dialogue and stuff, and then I was like, dude, I thought that was going to be like the big final fight, you know, and so I was expecting that, but because they were like leaning up, and I was getting amped because I'm like, oh, she knows you're there, like, and then but then he just like burned down a tree as a distraction, and then they were able to get away. So that was at one moment where I was like expecting something bigger, and then it just went into a lull, and I was like, oh no, man, that should have been some big fight.
There were some opportunities where I think there was an expectation for something, but again, that is completely understandable when it comes to, again, like having to pick and choose where the time and budget is spent as well. Where those things did get applied, I'm telling you, I had a fantastic time. I love the concepts of all the different astras. I loved them, how they were visualized and utilized. Again, it was one of those things where I was like, oh, cool, we're gonna see them in training, but then later they did come back into play. So it felt like there was very little that was introduced throughout the film that wasn't actually used later. Like it all had a purpose, which was really fun.
You know, we made a lot of jokes, or at least I did, in references to like Dungeons and Dragons, but in a lot of ways it felt like not the superhero style that we see in the MCU, but it almost felt like all these people with the astras were like spellcasters, you know, because that's almost the way that it felt like that they were doing all this stuff and projecting like this. It was almost them like casting spells instead of like having like, except for the guy with the superhuman strength, but then even then you can like compare that to like some like
superhuman strength. What do you mean? Comparing it to
barbarian or something, you know, like how they can like summon that.
Oh, okay,
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, I just had a loss for words. So anyway, the thing is that it felt like a lot more of that, which felt different and something really cool that we don't get to see often. I mean, we see like superhero movies so much where, you know, it's like either they got like super speed, super strength, that sort of stuff, can fly, all that big Superman stuff. But it's not very often that we get to see this where they have like actual astral projections of like these like abilities and stuff.
Which is really cool.
And I like seeing that.
One of the things that I appreciated too is, again, separating it from some of those genres, is that again, going with the opening animations, it was talking about the original you know, bearers of these astras to be having to train with them, to learn with them, to eventually master them. So in each one of these, as they were passed down, I noticed that they were granted abilities through that, but they weren't granted like this blanket of abilities that we tend to see. So again, the person who had you know, the ability to again have the high dexterity and jump on the walls did not necessarily have high durability. There were still consequences for, you know, facing an enemy that was, in that case, substantially stronger physically. So it showed that there was a vulnerability that had to be dealt with, but that each one of them was a master of that particular craft. Now, when the astras were then stolen, it felt like the villains they weren't utilizing them in quite as efficient. Like, they had the ability, but they weren't moving like the original bearers.
Okay, totally get what you're saying, because they didn't do the training that was required. So it was almost like someone that has never wielded a sword before. Here's a sword, go fight an enemy, but then here's a shield too, but you've never trained with either, so it's like your skill level with them is super low.
Exactly, exactly, yeah.
Whereas you took them from a level 5.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it. But one more thing, you mentioned the runtime, and this actually is not even one of the longer ones, but again, when you look at Hollywood movies and the pacing and the cutting and all that sort of stuff, because they really try to go hour and a half max.
Sure.
And then so when you're regularly getting 2 hours, well into the 2 hours, 2.5, 2:40, I think this was 2:48. To me, I guess that's one of the things that I'm super critical when I watch these movies is what is the pacing? And a lot of the times when I bring down the rating, it's because of the pacing. Yeah. Because I'm like, dude, you made this a 3-hour movie. Why did you need to make this a 3-hour movie? Sure. Sometimes with this movie, I felt like they extended it because they didn't want it to end yet. They're like, we're having so much fun, let's keep it going. Because they could have easily done that final battle when she witnessed that he put on the pendant and then she could sense him there. Yeah. There's no reason that couldn't have been in the final battle. Yeah. And so part of me is it got extended needlessly because there wasn't that much that we needed to learn between that. I guess that's when he did find out about his dad, but that could have been much earlier. I don't know. Anyway,
sure,
pacing's big when it's a 2-hour and 48-minute movie.
Again, it's one of those things where whether it's a short or it is a longer runtime, it's still a matter of what is that time being used for in the storytelling. So again, if you have that kind of time, we would expect as an audience that there is use. It's all being used to forward the story. Yeah. And every now and then, again, with pacing, it's not necessarily that something is taking too long, but rather that perhaps something is there that feels like it's not moving things along. So, yeah. All right,
well, there you have it, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think. So if you were one of the ones that recommended this movie, let us know in the comments. Why'd you recommend it? What is your rating? And if you didn't recommend this movie and you're like, why the heck am I watching this? Let us know why, thoughts, opinions, that sort of stuff. I'm curious to know what you guys would rate it. Maybe break it down a little bit. What did you think of the visual effects? Because this one was heavy. And I gotta say, this is your semi-intro to Indian cinema, and having something that's so heavy in visual effects but done very well is kind of a treat, because I've seen a lot of movies that were done really horribly, not necessarily only from Bollywood, but there is this one that we don't talk about, which is Adi Purush, and I will never put you through that visual effects wise. It was not great, but the budget was insane for what you got. So anyway, not to knock on too much, but hey, there you have it. Yeah. And if you did like this video and you want to see more videos like these, then all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, share the video, a like button par, thappad maro.